Hello student, in previous video you had studied the anomalous behavior of waters. This anomalous behavior of water can be studied with the help of Hooke's apparatus. You know the anomalous behavior. What is my anomalous behavior? The water shows the abnormal property or behavior in between the 0 degree Celsius to 4 degree Celsius temperature. That behavior is known as the anomalous behavior. How will you study this behavior of waters? This behavior of water can be studied with the help of Hooke apparatus. What is the structure of Hooke apparatus? See on the blackboard carefully. This Hooke apparatus consists of one flat bowl vessel which is attached to the center of the cylindrical vessels. It consists of two types of vessels, flat bowl vessel and cylindrical vessel. The flat bowl vessel is attached at the center of the cylindrical vessels, and they are having the two provisions for the attachments of the thermometer on the above and below the flat bowls. Fix these two thermometer T1 and T2 in this area. I understand. And then take the water in the cylindrical vessels and put the freezing mixture. Freezing mixture means ice and salt. It's taken in the flat bowls. And observe carefully, note the temperature with the help of thermometer T1 and T2. At initially, the temperature of both thermometers shows the same reading. It means that initial temperature of water is considered as a 12 degree centigrade temperatures. T1 and T2, both thermometers shows the initially same temperature. After few minutes, note the temperature of both the thermometer carefully in 30 seconds. Then what happens? Actually what happens here? The freezing mixture is taken in the flat bowl that is at the center. Due to these freezing mixtures, the temperature of the central area of water is decreased fastly. You know that whenever the temperature of water is decreases, then volume of water is also decreased, not increased. Volume of water is decreased up to 0 degree centigrade, 4 degree centigrade temperature. Whenever the volume of water is decreased at the center, simultaneously what happens? Density of water increases. Due to the increasing density, the waters sink or goes on the downward sides. Therefore, the temperature of T1, thermometer T1 decreased fastly until the temperature of lower water is 4 degree centigrade temperatures. Whenever the lower water temperature 4 degree centigrade temperature, then it not change fastly. They remains constant for few minutes. Whenever the temperature of the central water decreases below 4 degrees centigrade temperature, you listen carefully here. Whenever the temperature of central water is decreased below 4, then volume of water not decreased. Volume of water is slowly increased or expands. Therefore, density is not increased. The density is decreases. Due to the decreasing density, the such type of water is goes on the upward sides. After the 4 degree centigrade temperature, the water expand, volume increased, density decreased. Therefore, the temperature of upper water is decreased fastly. Then T2 temperature decreased, and whenever the whole water temperature is 4 degree centigrade temperatures, at that time the lower temperature not decreased fastly, the T2 temperature decreased fastly, and temperature is 0 degree centigrade temperature and converted to ice. Then the T1 temperature decreased. if you noted this time and temperature carefully and plot the graph temperature versus time, then we get a two types of curve, T1 and T2 curve. You see on this graph, in this graph, the T1 temperature firstly decreased fastly, then at 4 degree centigrade temperature remained constant, then the T2 is decreased fastly, and they intersect at the point, at this intersection point, the density of water is very high. At which temperature? At 4 degree centigrade temperatures. After the 4 degree centigrade temperatures, which temperature decreased? T2 is decreased, then T1 is decreased. Such type of graph is, we get such type of graph if you plot the temperature versus times. I understand. Which type of question will be asked on this point? Draw the well-labeled diagrams of Hooke's apparatus. Second question, how will you study explain how will you study the anomalous behavior of water with the help of Hooke's apparatus? Then draw this Hooke's apparatus diagram as well as this graph and explain the whole description, that is the diagram and graph description. We get full marks. I understand. The which type of question will be asked, as well as some important points will be given in the description box. Thank you.